Can you hear me? What's up? I'm Trent Windsor and we're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for a segment of clearing out the archives where I shuffle my music and whichever album pops up, that is the album that I review song by song. If a song is more than 50% skippable, if I would skip it more than half the time, then I say get rid of it, delete it, get it out of that music library. If it is less than 50% skippable, if I would listen to it more than half the time, then I say it's a worthy addition for your perfect shuffle. Last time we shuffled our music and the album that popped up was The Eminem Show by Eminem. Everybody's heard of Eminem, whether you're a huge fan of him, whether you're disgusted by him, or if you've just Googled white rappers out of curiosity. Eminem is hard to ignore and he's hard to avoid. His fame/infamy was especially potent in 2002. At this point in time, Eminem was being protested and heralded all at the same time. He had won 2 back-to-back Grammys for Best Rap Album of the Year, but in these albums, in these commercial releases, he was saying some pretty terrible things. If you listen to the song Kim, which was on his second album, the Marshall Mathers LP, that's probably the most disturbing rap song, if not one of the most disturbing rap songs I've ever heard in my entire life. And while that is the most extreme example from these albums, his songs were peppered with some pretty nasty stuff. While music critics were heralding him as a great rapper, a genre-defying artist, other types of critics really painted him as the devil, as a terrible, terrible human being. So that was the cultural backdrop for Eminem's third album, The Eminem Show, which would go on to win him his 3rd Grammy for Best Rap Album of the Year. Were the Grammys just racist? They might have been racist. Or did Eminem really deserve all this critical acclaim? Let's find out as I review this album song by song. Full disclosure right up front, there's 20 songs on this album, 5 skits and 15 full-length songs. So I'm really going to run through these rapid fire so that you don't get bored and I don't get bored. I'll be doing it in tier list fashion just like I did with Hive's video, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of what I think of these songs and helps you to sort out which songs really belong in your perfect shuffle. To start out, let's talk about the skits. They range from boring to funny to pretty much unnecessary. Most of them act as intros to specific songs. So, as is custom, I will not count any of these in the final tally, but I'd like to mention my favorite skit, which is actually the final skit, Curtains Closed. It's pretty funny and definitely worth checking out. If I reenact it, it will not be quite as funny. These songs are going to be in tiers S, A, B, C, D, and the bottom F. So we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. In F tier, we have a couple of songs that are pretty terrible. The first song in the F tier is Drips. This song is overtly sexual. It pretty much has Obi Trice just giving every single detail of a sexual encounter he had. The point of the song is don't be a hoe or you'll catch an STD. The Drips, not worth listening to, really nasty, pretty cringeworthy. The other song in the F tier is Haley's song. At the beginning, Eminem says he doesn't know why, but he feels like singing. I don't know why he felt like singing either. It was a bad decision and just makes the song super lame, super boring, pretty corny. These songs that are in the F tier are 90% skippable. Next, let's move our way up to the D tier. The first song in the D tier is called Square Dance. If you thought that Lil Nas X was the first person to bring a little country crossover to rap, you have not been listening to rap at all. But among these weird country crossover rap songs is Square Dance. The beat sounds like a slowed down version of In the Club, but with banjo. It's super strange. The other D tier song in this album is called Superman. It's like weirdly romantic, which is pretty uncomfortable coming from Eminem, especially hearing him say some of the things he says on this album. It's pretty clear that he's not treating women super well. All of these songs on the D tier, I would say, are 80% skippable. Now let's move our way up to the C tier. The first song on the C tier and the first song on the album is called White America. Eminem's got some pretty good bars on here, but the beat drags really hard. The whole point of this song is that he's not so different than any other American kid, and that parents who are freaking out about him don't realize that their kids are just the same. The second song on C tier is Sing for the Moment. It samples the Aerosmith song Dream On. Unfortunately, this Aerosmith sample just comes off as corny to me. It doesn't really fit the whole vibe of Eminem's persona. And the whole message of this song is, wah, nobody understands me. So that gets a little bit cringy as well. The third song on C tier is Say What You Say, and this one features Dr. Dre. This is another one where the beat just drags really hard. That seems to be a common downfall from the songs that really don't work on this album. In this song, Dr. Dre's performance just sounds tired. It sounds like he's worn out and he just kind of phoned this one in. Furthermore, the hook is super whack and pretty grating. All of these songs on the C tier are 70% skippable. Moving on to the B tier, the first song on the B tier is called Cleaning Out My Closet. This one has a gentle guitar piano beat, so it kind of feels like a softer song. Eminem has some really personal lyrics in this song. It feels like you're really taking a look into his personal life, which is a train crash of sorts. It's hard to look away from, it's hard to ignore. It garners a lot of morbid curiosity. In this song, he talks a lot about his relationship with his mom. The whole point is, even though I'm famous and successful, I still have a lot of problems, a lot of skeletons in my closet, and it's time to clean all those out. The other B tier song on this album is called Soldier. This one's got a really gritty, rock-inspired beat with some great bars, great flow. I don't know the point of the song, but it still doesn't make it a bad song. It's definitely very listenable. All these songs on the B tier are 40% skippable. All right, let's take a break. So many songs on this album. This is how you stretch, right? This is the correct stretching technique. Let's take a second during this break to look at some Eminem-related memes. I'd also like to take a second to remind you that I'm on the Station Head app. My radio station is playing at all times. I play all the good new music that I've found this year, and I also pepper in the music that I talk about in these Cleaning Out the Archive segments. So if you want to hear a little bit of Eminem, go check out my radio station at the Station Head app. It's at Shuffle Perfect. Moving on to the A tier. The first song in the A tier is Business. This one has a very West Coast beat to it. Sounds very much like a Dr. Dre song. This one has some super edgy lyrics. He even references 9/11, which must have been really fresh in the minds of Americans at this point in time. So it was a really bold move on his part. The point of this song is that he's kind of the superhero of rap, or that Dr. Dre is the superhero of rap and he's the super sidekick. The point is they're gonna save rap together. Dr. Dre, Eminem, superheroes. The next A tier song is called Say Goodbye Hollywood. This one's pretty catchy. The beat sounds like something from an NSYNC song, which I can totally get down with. If Eminem wasn't so angry, he could probably be the rapping member of NSYNC, just by the looks of him anyways. These are some pretty interesting lyrics, and they center around the drama with his girlfriend, wife, baby mama, Kim.
There are some who call me Tim.
Eminem and Kim obviously have a pretty rocky relationship, as we've heard from the first two albums, and we just keep hearing it. Once again, some morbid curiosity related to his personal life, his relationship to Kim and his daughter Haley. The next song on the A tier is called When the Music Stops. This one is a D12 feature. D12 is Eminem's super group of rappers. None of the other rappers except for Eminem have had super successful solo careers, but they're all great rappers in their own right, and when they come together, they all play off of each other and each other's energy. In this song, every member of D12 gets 12 bars. It pretty much is just one rapper after another laying down their verse, but everybody does an incredible job and everybody brings the energy. The last song in the A tier is called Till I Collapse, and it features Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg has a really incredible, smooth, very catchy hook on this song. Eminem basically saying, I'm never gonna stop doing what I do, despite the blowback, despite the protesting. All of these songs on the A tier for me are 30% skippable. Last, we ascend to the S tier. There are two songs on the S tier for this album, two songs I think are just a cut above all of the rest. The first one was so good that it was on the Despicable Me 2 trailer, and that is Without Me. Without Me has a very fun, playful beat and these really sarcastic lyrics. I loved watching the music video for this song because you can see Eminem being very playful, being very sarcastic, being very confident, and just having a lot of fun with it. A lot of these songs on the album are very serious, which is just fine, but I really love hearing Eminem's fun and playful side. This song is really funny, it's got an incredibly catchy hook. Basically, Eminem is saying that there's always going to be some controversy. There's always going to be something that people are mad about, and Eminem is happy to be that controversy. Eminem doing the most on this song, being very self-aware. The other song on the S tier is called My Dad's Gone Crazy, and this one features his daughter, Haley Jade. Let's just start off with the obvious reason that this song is S tier. Haley is just so cute. She's just a little kid, and her little ad-libs and her little addition to the hook are just adorable. And what's so interesting about this song is that even though Eminem has his own daughter on here, he lays down some of the most insane lyrics of the album, some of the more edgy lyrics. He even says towards the end of the song that he wouldn't let his daughter listen to his own music anyways, which is super ironic because she's now on his song. Similar to Without Me, he's really funny, really sarcastic, and just very bold in his lyric choices. And the hook is incredibly catchy, which makes this an absolute addition for the S tier. Both of these songs on the S tier, I would say, are 15% skippable. Adding everything up, doing the math, this album as a whole is 52% skippable. The Eminem Show really is all over the place. There are songs of every caliber on this album. The highs are really, really high in this album. The lows are so low that I'm actually surprised that I can dislike a song just that much. So even within the album itself, Eminem is a polarizing figure. And I guess that's the beauty of what Eminem did when he came onto the scene. Whether you love it or you hate it or you thought it was just okay, The Eminem Show was one heck of a ride. Let's go ahead and shuffle our music, see which album I'll be reviewing next. Alright, so we're just gonna go into our music library here and go ahead and head to albums and just hit shuffle. Alright, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is What a Time to Be Alive by Drake and Future. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those sweet, sweet notifications. Those notifications. Get notified. Like I said, go ahead and check out my radio station on Station Head. That is at Shuffle Perfect. My station is playing 24/7. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Eminem. Let me know what you think about his music. Let me know what you think about this album specifically. I'll be linking music videos for the songs from this album in the description below. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. Goo, 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 ga, ga, ga. Baby, no talk right.